Well, hello, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Demon Slayer. This is Season 1, Episode 24, titled Rehabilitation Training. That makes a lot of sense. We're gonna need some rehabilitation after everything that just went down. Tanjiro and the others are now at the Butterfly Mansion. And yeah, can't wait to continue. Do you have anything you want to say before we start?
No.
Then all I have to say is simply, please, you guessed it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like and comment. It actually really helps out when you do that. And check out the Patreon page where we are several episodes ahead, both when it comes to the uncuts and the cut down versions that you see here on YouTube. There's a link down in the description and in a pinned comment as well, telling you exactly how far ahead we are over on Patreon. That's it. Let's do this. Episode 24. Here we go.
出陣ですか？
校長か、鬼の新しい情報が入ってな。向かわせた大使がやられたらしい。
Oh shit.
12気づきでしょうか？
おそらくな、上限かもしれん。
Whoa, okay.
難しい任務のようですが、煉獄さんが行かれるのであれば心配ありませんね。お気をつけて。
Jolly fella. Oh, their personalities are just so, I've said it already, but like extreme, interesting.
Eccentric. In each of their own way.
Yes. And they are flamboyant.
Except a few of them are actually kind of toned down. But otherwise, they're very flamboyant, yeah.
Yeah, both in like how they dress, but also how they behave.
Yeah, the mist guy, he's not as flamboyant. He's basically just dressed in dark and has like dark hair as well. The most flamboyant about him is his like greenish blue hair.
Yeah, it's like at the other end of the scale compared to the others. So in an extreme in the opposite direction. Oh.
善一さんが最も重症なんです。早く薬飲んでください。まったく。
Good grief.
Where is Inosuke?
Inusuke.
Oh,
Right
okay,
there.
Right there.
I don't think so, no.
元気そうだな。
Oh, he survived. He only broke a couple of fingers? Nice.
どうしたんだ、こいつ。
いろいろあって、そっとしておいてください。
He's gonna need some time.
ナタグモ山で一緒に戦った村田さん。
Oh, yeah, he didn't meet him.
よろしくな。あ、君、その腕。雲になりかけて、今も。
That's right, yeah. His arms and his legs are still kind of short.
Just take it.
まずいにも程度ってものが。
Complaining so much.
腕が元通りにならなくても知りませんからね。
冷たい。その言い方冷たい。
Poor Inosuke.
無理。まずいものはまずいんだからさ。そのナタグマ山の一件での司祭報告で、なんか最近の大使はめちゃくちゃ質が落ちてるってピリピリしてて、みんなその育ては誰かって言及されててさ。
Oh, okay.
柱怖えよ。
And speaking of shit.
校長様。
こんにちは。
Bye!
弱くてごめんね。
Oh.
炭治郎と伊之助は柱の忍さんに連れてかれて機能回復訓練ってのを始めた。忍さんっていう人の音は独特なんだよな。今まで聞いたことのない感じだ。
Oh, yeah.
めちゃくちゃ可愛いんだよ。顔だけで飯食っていけそう。そろそろこんな感じで戻ってくるんだけど。
Okay.
今日はどんな感じだった？
Some rough rehabilitation training.
何があったの？
Just no words, straight to bed.
気にしないで。
まずあちら。寝たきりで硬くなった体をあの子たちがほぐします。
How? Oh, like that.
お互いに薬湯を掛け合うのですが、 湯飲みを持ち上げる前に相手から湯飲みを押さえられた場合は湯飲みを動かせません。はい。もう一度。
God damn it.
来い、二人とも。
行かねえ。
いいから来いって言ってんだろうが。ほら
What's up?
バカ野郎どもが。
なんだとったな。
伊之助
Why?
天国にいたのに地獄にいたような顔してんじゃねえ。女の子と毎日キャッキャキャッキャしてただけのくせに何やってる
Oh,
Oh,
this freaking
the-
thing again. Wow. He's just being hyperbolic now.
女の子に触れるんだぞ。体もんでもらえて湯飲みで遊んでる時は手を鬼ごっこしてる時は体触れるだろ。
I'm sorry, this is getting tiresome.
I like him as a character, but like this side of him, I can do without. It's not even like the yelling or anything. Like it's what he's angry about. It's just. Ugh.
かわいそう。伊之助女の子と仲良くしたことないんだろ。
俺は子供のメス踏んだことあるもんね。
最低だよそれは。
Yeah, that's not the kind of flex that you think it is.
No.
Oh, he is actually enjoying it.
俺でも涙が出るくらい痛いってのに笑ってやがる。
Oh, his voice.
俺は女の子にお茶をぶっかけたりしないぜ。
勝負に勝ち戦いに。
俺だけ負け続けてずぶ濡れ。
Aw, Tanjiro.
カナオの髪の毛一本すら触れなかった。そして二人は訓練場に来なくなった。
善逸伊之助お願いします。
Still quiet.
This is very quiet.
俺が万全の状態でも多分負ける。匂いからしてまず違う。あとは目か。目が違う
炭治郎さん、
気がする。
炭治郎さん大丈夫ですか？
ごめん、気づかなくて。どうした？
Oh, I see where this is going.
ありがとう、助かるよ。優しいね。
Aw.
全集中の呼吸をしてますか？
やってないです。やったことないです。
それができるのとできないのとでは電池ほど差が出る
So
そうで
that might be what she's
Yeah,
doing then.
exactly.
ありがとう。やってみるよ。そろそろ訓練に出ないか、伊之助。
Nope.
されてへそ曲げても仕方ないだろう。善逸もそろそろ。
怪我が悪化したって言っといて。そこの隠しのお姉さんお茶でもどうですか？
Deep breaths.
全然できないできない。
肺痛い、耳痛い、耳がドクンドクンしてる。鼓膜。
Are you doing it wrong?
頑張れ。頑張ることしかできないんだから。俺は昔から。努力は日々の積み重ねだ。少しずつでいい。前に進め。
Just keep moving forward.
おにぎり持って行ってあげようよ。そうだね。あとは
ひょうたんを吹く？
What?
吹いてひょうたんを破裂させていました。
Oh.
破裂。
しかもこのひょうたんは特殊ですから、通常のひょうたんよりも硬い。
Of course it is.
Yeah.
今、カナオさんが破裂させているのはこのひょうたんです。
でっか頑張ろう。
It's huge.
鱗滝さんに叩き込まれた訓練を行いながら全集中の呼吸も続ける。
努力努力努力努力。
かなり体力が戻ってきた。
よくもおったな。俺の刀。
Oh yeah, shit. The sword broke.
Yeah.
But they're reforging it. Oh, that's good.
呼吸に集中。
もしもし、
はい。
頑張って。
Oh god!
Why?
お友達2人はどこかへ行ってしまったのに。
She's way too close. Oh.
いえ、できるようになったらやり方を教えてあげられるので。
君は心が綺麗ですね。
Well, yeah, he really does.
どうして俺たちをここへ連れてきてくれたんですか？
禰豆子さんの存在は公認となりましたし、君たちは怪我もひどかったですしね。
Where is Nezuko, by the way?
In a room? Just recuperating?
Okay.
鬼と仲良くする夢です。きっと君ならできますから。
Oh, okay. She was being honest about that.
Yeah.
怒ってますか？なんだかいつも怒ってる匂いがしていて、ずっと笑顔だけど。
私はいつも怒っているかもしれない。
Huh.
鬼に最愛の姉を惨殺された時から、体の一番深いところにどうしようもない嫌悪感がある。他の柱たちもきっと似たようなものです。
Yeah.
まあ今回彼らも人を食ったことがない禰豆子さんを直接見て気配は覚えたでしょうし、親方様の意向もあり、誰も手出しすることはないと思いますが。
I hope you're right.
私の姉も君のように優しい人だった。自分が死ぬ間際ですら鬼を憐れんでいました。私はそんな風に思えなかった。
But you want to.
哀れな鬼を切らなくても済む方法があるなら考え続けなければ。姉が好きだと言ってくれた笑顔を絶やすことなく。
That makes sense. Why she's always smiling.
自分の代わりに君が頑張ってくれていると思うと、私は安心する。気持ちが楽になる。
Aww.
全集中の呼吸が止まってますよ。
頑張ります。全集中の呼吸。
Nice. I was looking forward to learning more about her and well, the others as well. I'm sure that's coming.
禰豆子を人間に戻してみせるから。
Nice.
Yeah.
Boom. And his resolve is back. Even though that was a rough rehabilitation training, it still it worked. At least when it comes to Tanjiro. Like he just kept working at it. And then Inosuke and Zenitsu, not so much.
But I think for different reasons.
Yeah. Like we still need to sort of like dig into how Inosuke is feeling, because he's still feeling very deflated about this whole thing. Probably it's gonna take a little while before he's back at a 100%. Zenitsu is just being Zenitsu, just with shorter arms and shorter legs. I don't know if like how or when he's gonna really improve.
On that part, at
On
least.
that part, yeah. Like we know that just when it comes to combat, like he can do it, like he has it inside of him. It's just he constantly gets in his own way as well.
くんくん、しのぶさん、いいことがあったんです。
Sniff, sniff.
戸棚のお菓子をつまみ食いする子がいるんですよね。
くんくん、悲しんでもいますね。
裏山が最近荒れていて。
Oh. Okay, what are you guys doing?
くんくん、なんだか。
炭治郎くんとお話しするのは楽しいですから。
ありがとうございます。次回第
Oh, he
2話は
blushed.
No, yeah.
梅雨かなお。
He be blushing. Okay. Episode 24. Rehabilitation.
Yeah.
That was another like entertaining episode in the way that, well, yes, of course we learned some new things, and especially about Shinobu and her past, but also how it works with this sort of rehabilitation training, medicines that they have to take, and they're being brewed there by her as well. But yeah, besides that, just a lot of levity, a lot of silliness, especially when it comes to our dear Zenitsu and Inosuke, and also Tanjiro. Like all of them had like funny, silly moments, and some of them maybe a little bit too over the top, or not. It's not because it's over the top necessarily.
No.
It's more like just that side of Zenitsu in particular. That's a bit like, come on, dude.
Yeah, and I know some people already mentioned that this is like a classical like trope in shonen mangas or shonen animes.
Yeah.
With this like girl crazy kind of character.
Yeah.
But that so many people are actually, like us, kind of tired of this sort of trope.
Yeah.
And like it makes sense because like I wasn't as bothered by it when I was like younger. But I'm really bothered by it now.
Yeah.
But I think it's because like, well, I'm 31 now and I've experienced some shit. So for me, it's just like it's not triggering in a sense that I like it triggers trauma in a way, but it's a little bit triggering in a way, like understanding correctly here, because like I don't know what word else to use than trigger, because trigger is such a powerful word, like it's supposed to, but it's just like it just gives me the icks, and I really
heebie-jeebies.
yeah, and I really want to like Zenitsu, but it's just like I can't with this
with that girl obsessed side of him, and the way he's like scolding the others because oh, like you're around girls, you should love this, you're in heaven, like no matter what's happening, and
and the way like it's just it rubs me the wrong way, and it's almost like
he's reducing them to just being of the opposite sex, and then that's kind of it. Like even with, was it Shinobu as well, where he made a comment about like even if she wasn't, you know, as good as at what she does as she is, she could probably just get by on her looks as well because she's cute, and like that's what he sort of boiled it down to a little bit there.
Sure, and that in itself is not good, but for me it's the way that he I want to say sexualizing their touch. They're completely
especially the
platonic.
small, like the small girls there, because they can't be very old at all.
Yeah, and it's just like it's just this way of looking at other people, and I know a lot of especially teenage guys, they are horny little demons, and I'm not faulting any of that at all, because like I definitely understand to a certain degree, like I want to, and it's not like I don't want to be a prude about it.
No.
It's just the way that this is like how he's using that, and it's just
sure.
And again, I also been around a lot of teenage boys when I was a teenager myself, and also like I have a lot of again a lot of stuff that is just like feeling very uncomfortable around when Zenitsu get to that place, and it's just all of my experiences with
horny teenage boys.
Yeah, and like the way that this like how touch is then suddenly becoming sexualized in that regard, and yeah, because it's almost like if you're doing like because it's work for them. It's like a job to break them down that like that, and the way that they like it almost becomes like harassment in a way, and like I've experienced some things, and again it's just like
just let me do my fucking job. Fuck off, or just let me do.
Yeah.
Let me be. Let me live.
It's just like this way of the consent is suddenly changed. Like there's like consent between these two parties, but with the conditions that this is purely like
rehabilitation training.
Yeah, this is purely like professional.
Yeah.
There's nothing else than professional, like platonic stuff like that. But suddenly when he enjoys it in that way, it becomes like the consent changes, and they haven't consented to him.
Yeah, and it becomes very uncomfortable for them all of a sudden
as well, and that discomfort is what triggers me. And like all of the experiences I have, all of the borderline assault that I've been, because I think most, and I'm pretty sure about this, but most female presenting individuals have been harassed at some point in their lives, either more innocently or just like straight out assault or rape even. And I think most people, if they were actually honest with their friends, their male presenting friends, a lot of male presenting people would perhaps
reconsider,
or just like perhaps they would just reckon that like this is like a problem that many female presenting individuals they actually experience on almost like a daily basis. Some people on a daily basis, and it's just like, again, it's just all of my, not trauma, but all of my bad experiences are just like.
Yeah.
So
like,
perhaps I'm just trying to. I'm sorry. It's I'm really prolonging this, and I'm very sorry about that. It's just like all of the things that like it suddenly just like comes to my attention, and I just wanted to explain why I feel queasy about it.
Yeah, got it. Speaking as someone who used to be a teenage boy and with everything that entails, I definitely, remember there was like a tendency to downplay something like that a lot in the way where it's just, it's just boys being boys, let boys be boys, and it's not that serious, and it's just hormones. And yes, being that age, it's not easy having all of that in your head, and do I act upon it or not? How do I behave? And oh my God, girls, wow. But instead of like talking about that or addressing it or like learning about fucking consent and whatnot, it just kept being downplayed. Like nowadays, we are talking more about stuff like that, thankfully. But even just not that, like I'm 32. 32. And so it's not even that long ago that I was a teenager, but it was still something that was being downplayed a lot and excused all the time. So maybe that is because it is something that we have sort of opened our eyes to a bit more and are talking about how much damage something like that can do as well, as you talked about. So then it sort of jumps out at us more than it would have back then because it was just being normalized so much.
Exactly, and I also think that's why, because and some people even like in the comments even accuse us of being being too mainstream almost to watch animes like this. But I've actually in my early teenage years I actually watched
a lot
anime,
of
or not necessarily a lot, but I read a lot of mangas. And with these characters, because they're like everywhere, and I grew up with Pokemon, and there's like Brock, who is like completely like almost 1-to-1 as Zenitsu with this whole thing, and I grew up with that. Just thinking about it now, I grew up with that, and that's why I didn't question it as much when I was younger.
I definitely didn't, because I don't even remember Brock being like that.
Oh, it was like all the time, and every freaking Jenny, every freaking what's the other one called? The
what?
The nurse.
Misty? No.
Like basically every freaking female presenting person he came across.
It was hitting on them and
he was being like girl crazy.
Too much, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, in retrospect, it was too much. But as you say, like it's almost like because we've been through this and because we're actually starting to talk about these things. Yeah, and seeing it as something that might not be the most healthy thing to just encourage like that. No, and with no like boundaries being set. Anyway, but yeah, as you say, like I think that's why it's suddenly like something changed. Yeah, in that regard, and I'm really happy about that, because perhaps our the generations after us perhaps get better at this.
One can only hope. yeah, now, sorry, we've talked a lot about
Sorry.
this one thing, and I don't know how much else there is to. Well, we got at the very beginning of the episode, which I found very intriguing, but we didn't really get back to it. They found another of the 12 Kizuki, and might even be an upper tier. And what was his name? Guy with like the flame hair, Phoenix guy,
Yeah.
Ranguko or something like that.
I
Sorry,
don't
again,
remember.
names, and they just
It will
threw
come.
a bunch of new names into the mix, so we're going to be confused for a little while here.
Yes.
But that was really intriguing, and I have a feeling that, you know, that's going to sort of maybe round off the season a little bit, is us seeing like a really truly powerful upper tier
Or maybe
12 Kizuki, or maybe even Kibutsuchi himself doing something. I don't know.
Perhaps I think because we only like 2 episodes left in the season, I think perhaps this whole endeavor is gonna be the next season, or at least the first part of the next season.
Okay, so yeah, teasing what's to come with like the first arc of season 2, which still just to, like, we've mentioned it a couple of times before, I'm sure, but we know that there are, like, you can watch it as like a season, like with episodes, or you can watch it as a movie. We're gonna do the thing with the episodes because that just fits way better into our schedule.
Sorry, guys.
So we're gonna continue watching it like that. We're not gonna watch the movie, but
yeah, we don't really have time to sit down and watch a whole movie. With a baby, that's like
it's
very
difficult to find the time, and then also with editing and when to get it out, and it just works better the other way around. So we're still gonna experience it. It's just might not be in the way that some of you want, but
sorry, guys.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But hey, then there's gonna be more episodes, like more videos with like
sure.
if that's something that you like, then it's like yay, more free entertainment.
More to look forward to, or something. Is there anything else we should
just
add?
Quickly perhaps talk about Shinobu?
Oh yeah, her past, because we mentioned that it was nice to get to know some more about her, and also this whole thing with her being angry all the time and having walking around this anger. Tanjiro could smell that, but like, even though she has those feelings she's gone through that, and her sister was taken away from her by demons, and it's highly likely that the rest of the Hashira, they have experienced something similar. As I said, even though like she still has this dream where she wants humans and demons to get along, because that was her sister's dream, so she's kind of like keeping that alive, holding that onto that, and also, you know, always like sort of like smiling, but to like keeping the anger underneath the surface, but it is definitely still there. You look like I'm saying things that are definitely not true.
Well, the way that I understood it is that because her sister loved her smile so much, that's why she's smiling all the time.
Sorry.
Because that's like, as you say, like she kind of took on her sister's dream, and like that's beautiful. But she's also become soured over time, and I think that's the same way with like the Hashira, all the other Hashira. It's like they also becoming soured from having to experience all of this like pain and loss, and like as she said, she's growing more and more angry for every cry, for every person losing a loved one to a demon. She's getting like her dream is getting soured, and she also knows that. So she's trying to keep the anger like hidden in a way, but I also think it's because like with this like her sister loving her smile, that's also a way that she can somehow keep that going, like the at least the memory of her sister, now that she's not able to fulfill it. But she's very adamant that, or at least very certain that Tanjiro. Oh,
Tanjiro. Wow, who are you?
Tanjiro is able to fulfill the dream, and yeah, that's perhaps also why she's. Well, that is also why she's so nice to him.
Yes, because she sees someone who can actually carry this on or can fulfill that dream. Yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood some things, but in my own defense, I am also still.
You're tired.
I'm tired, and to be completely honest, hungover. Still. Day 2, yes, because I'm just that age now. Is like if I go out drinking, then the hangover is just gonna linger for days now, which fucking sucks. So I'm a little slow today.
Yeah, welcome to the life of being a grown up.
Yay!
It sucks.
Yay! Yeah, but it was nice at least learning more about her, and as you also mentioned with the other Hashira, that they've most likely been through something very similar, and they have also been like soured over time because they've seen some shit. Like they have fought some of the most powerful demons out there, some of the most nasty and evil demons who've done atrocious things and killed thousands and thousands of humans, and they like. So we get it, and we also get why so many of them didn't want to trust that Nezuko, for example, wouldn't hurt a human, because like they've just like throughout most of their lives they've just seen things that sort of contradict that. Like demons are always bad. Like that's what everything, all of our what's it called, erfaring experience. Yeah, there we go. All of their experience as demon slayers just tells them that no, that can't be true. So we get their skepticism and how they just do not trust demons. Definitely.
And also, they might have actually given a demon a second chance
before, and then
it seems like at least what's it called, Kochi or Shinobu. It seems like she might have given a demon a second chance. And
now she's just not gonna do that.
Yeah, exactly. And
or she wasn't going to do that. Now they know with Nezuko.
Yeah, exactly. But the way that they then, as I said, like they get soured by suddenly trying to extend a hand, and then they lie about it, and then.
Yeah, because that's also something she said.
Exactly.
Like, demons always lie.
Yeah, they always lie, and then they might have lied about. We also saw with the spider demon that she lied about, and
how many people that she killed.
Yeah, and then Shinobu was just like,
I know you're lying.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
off.
So so definitely understand Shinobu's like where she's
skepticism
coming from.
And same with the others.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, this has been one of the longer discussions.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, always me on my past trauma and stuff like that.
It's okay. But I think that's gonna do it then, and we'll just wrap it all up with Danish word of the day. And we might as well just translate the title, or some of the title. Rehabilitation in Danish is...
Genoptræning.
Yes, or we could actually say rehabilitering, which is pretty much just the same as rehabilitation, but we don't really do that.
No, rehab.
We would probably use genoptræning, which is just like to train up again, like if you retrain, yeah.
But I think rehabilitation, like rehabilitering, that like we mostly use that word when it comes to like drug rehabilitation and like addiction rehabilitation. So in that regard,
when it comes to this, where you need to, like, you've been injured and you need to regain your strength and heal wounds and what, like, then we would use genoptræning.
Yeah, if you have had some sort of like as you say, an injury, and you have to like retrain your body. So that's usually when we use it, not necessarily to heal in that regard, but once you've healed and you need to like reconnect your brain with your body, that's when we use that word, I would say.
Yep. So again, just rehabilitation, genoptræning. There you go. Danish word of the day. And I'll do it for this reaction and review of Demon Slayer Season 1, Episode 24. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.